Hi, it's me, Darnell. Welcome back to another Bible journaling video, and I hope you enjoy. Recently, I had a conversation with a friend, and we were just catching up. She's filling me in on her life, I was filling her in on my life, and I happened to be just sharing some of the insecurities I had about overcoming a certain area in my life that I've been struggling with for a while. And she just simply asked me, why do I love God? And I thought that was a great question. I think for me personally, I can feel or know that I love God, but sometimes when answering that question on a personal level, you may need to go a little deeper. And so during that conversation, I definitely feel like I didn't express myself the way that I wanted to. So I wanted to go back and just write down some of the reasons in which I loved God, and so that's what I'm doing here today. And I will admit, I did do this spread very early in the morning. I think it was like 4 or 5 a.m. So I definitely went to Pinterest for some inspiration. This isn't exactly what the Pinterest spread looked like, but I went when I'm feeling very tired or very uncreative. I definitely go online for some extra help when it comes to laying out my different spreads. And so that's what I did today. I feel like this is a very simple layout, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I feel like I say that every time, but I really do like how this one turned out. It was definitely simple. I didn't do a lot of fuss. It was a lot of like stickers and things like that, which was definitely what I was going for. So even though the layout is simple, I definitely feel like what I'm portraying on these pages is not, because feelings in general, how you feel for someone, how you feel for God, that's never simple at all, in my opinion. But I really like how it came out, and I'm really happy with it. There are many reasons why I love God. So these pages aren't the extent of my feelings, but I think it's a great start. And I honestly wanted to just start off with a scripture that really touches my heart on a very deep and personal level, and that's Isaiah 43, verse 4. Technically verses 1 through 4, but verse 4 specifically. And it says, "Since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you, I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life." And I love that scripture just because, because that's kind of how my journey with God started. I lost my grandmother 7 years ago, and that really was the catalyst for me wanting to get to know God more, wanting to know why He allowed certain things to happen. And along the way, I just fell completely in love with Him. And so I definitely think that was a scripture that I wanted to utilize when talking about the reasons why I love God. And I'll just share some of what I wrote here. I wrote, "I love God because He sees me and has seen me from the beginning. He saw me at my worst and still found something about me worth saving. He loves me. Although He stands on the highest of mountains, He still wants to get to know me. Although my heart is deceitful above all else, He still sees me and asks me for my heart wholeheartedly. I love God for how much love He has to give. I love God for His creativity. I love God for how He can make something out of nothing. I love how He brought me from nothing to something. I love God because He knows He is worthy of loving and waits patiently for me and the rest of His children to come back to Him to love. But I love God because He is a poet. He's a painter, an author, a musician, a dancer, a singer. He's warm and firm at the same time, and He just knows how to have a good time. So I definitely, I didn't share everything, I'm sorry, but I definitely can go on and on about the many reasons why I love God. God has revealed himself to me in many different ways. And while reading his Bible on a daily basis, I get to know more about him. And honestly, I get to know more about myself as well. But I think that's the great thing about God. It's a relationship, and it's not something that is stagnant or boring whatsoever. But that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the spread and how it came out. And I hope you are encouraged to just go deeper and find out the reasons why you love God. But thank you so much for joining me today.